Liz Duff is the host of Late Night Scrolling, a Canadian pop culture podcast. She is also a Taylor Swift fan, and she joins us from Halifax. So, Liz, when you heard the news earlier today, what was your reaction?
Well, I've been following the Taylor Swift album rollout over the past few weeks on the podcast and on social media with fans. And when I got the notification that there was news and that she had posted, I didn't really think much of it because she's been posting lots lately about the new album. So I opened it pretty nonchalantly, also looking at my email, and it was engagement photos. So you can imagine my shock when it was the news that no one was expecting about halfway through the day. I pretty well dropped my phone. I could not believe that it finally happened.
So why that reaction?
Well, a lot of Taylor's romantic public storytelling has been laced in this thread of privacy. And we've seen a lot of her previous partners make public statements, and we've heard in her lyrics that they wish they could have more privacy in their relationships with Taylor. There's been multiple albums with multiple partners that have explored this kind of theme. But that was never the case with Travis Kelce. Before they were even together, he made his first, lunge to try to get her attention publicly on his podcast. They've been on their dates very publicly. She's been at the NFL games very publicly. So the engagement does fit in line with that story. But for years and years and years of following Taylor and being a fan, all we heard about was this need and desire for privacy. So to see this moment so publicly owned and posted right to her Instagram account and his felt like a big, bold statement that is unlike what we've seen with her previous relationships.
The other thing we're seeing here, besides her enormous stardom and the following she has around the world, including from people like you, is also the power that comes with that in the social media age. So there was a time when publicists would work on breaking this news, that maybe they would pair with People magazine or some television program. This time around, all they had to do is use their social media accounts, particularly Swift's social media account, and it became news all around the world. Put the power, the social media power, in perspective for us.
I would comment that this is a relatively new reflection of celebrities at that level of stardom sharing their lives directly with the world. When Selena Gomez got engaged to her fiance, Benny, somewhat recently, it was a very similar approach where there was no publicist, there was no story that was posted. It was her first on her Instagram with her engagement photos. And then there were additional things that followed. And this was very well the same. It was Taylor and Travis first, and then a follow-up piece with some details about the ring design that was shared through various articles. So it is really fascinating to see this idea that as well as the music and the business of Taylor Swift, she's also her own outlet, and she doesn't require these third parties or her publicists to kind of manage her news for her. If she wants to share it, she has more than enough ability to get her story out there in her own words with her own photos. And I think that that's something that is really appealing for fans to know that, in a sense, it's coming from the source as directly as it can come.
Yeah, so you've done a really nice job of straddling two worlds here in this interview. First of all, the pop culture analyst, secondly, the Taylor Swift fan, and it is wearing that hat that I'll ask you this last question. Where does this love story go from here?
Oh, it's a wonderful question. I'm very excited to see what an era of Taylor Swift art, music. We know she's directing a film very soon for Searchlight Pictures. What does all of this mean for her storytelling? Because for all of the music, all of the albums, the music videos that we've seen, it's about her trials and tribulations and successes with love and with different relationships. And this idea that there could be a person at the end of all the trials is something that was often framed in a lane of fantasy. So I'm excited to see what a lane of storytelling could look like for her, where we somewhat put that to the side. We know that she's found someone that, meets that finish line that she's always talked about. What's the next era? And I think that that's a question that perhaps she's thinking about as much as we are, because it's something that's happened so fast, relatively speaking. It's only been a very short time that her and Travis have really been in each other's lives, relatively speaking. So I think it's a very exciting chapter, and I think it's going to unlock a whole new side of her artistry that fans like me have only dreamed of hearing someday.
This morning we were trying to figure out who to talk to about this. We found the perfect guest. Liz, you're fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
Liz Duff is the host of Late Night Scrolling, a Canadian pop culture podcast.